Um, Good evening, Professor. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Let me introduce myself. My name is CS512 Pasupuleti, and today I would like to discuss about automated key notice analysis and enforcement. Let's get started. So we're going to discuss about few topics today. We're going to discuss about introduction, methodology, and the data collection and pre-processing, and the machine learning algorithms, and the design of automated system, the performance evaluation and results, implications and applications, and future work and conclusion. So let's move to the introduction. Uh, Cookies are tiny programs or files that internet sites send to the device of the people browsing them. Let's say user using a device like mobile phone or a tablet or a computer or laptop. Whenever he tries to access a website, the website sends cookie to his device. And what the website do is it keeps track of user session. For example, when a user wants to buy a TV, so he goes to the site and he search like best TV under $1,000. So the site gonna display about the information about his search. So the cookies they gonna save his session. It's gonna collect all the data that user is using on the site. So it saves it and it processes it and it recommends the user by giving some advertisements. Let's say if you want to buy a TV and you search on the internet, and whenever you're moving another site or using something on the when you're browsing internet, it's going to recommend you over the advertisement saying, hey, Samsung TV is the best, and they're gonna do some advertisements on the TVs. You will happen to see more advertisements regarding TVs. So that's how the cookies work in the websites, and it saves the user activity or the session in the sites, and it recommends the user the best possible solution for his search. Um, they are frequently utilized to keep account of what users do in the site and customize information and make browsing better. Cookie warnings are crucial because they assist in making sure that users agree to cookies and the rules regarding privacy are followed. The cookies used in the site must follow the privacy guidelines of the user. It should not compromise the user's data in any way. So it should prevent hackers from attacking the user information, and the cookie alerts must be comfortable to the user so that he can easily understand it, and he won't feel he don't worry about his data. And they give users different ways to change options and teach users about cookies, as well as making sure websites follow data security policies. So it's really important that cookies in the websites they follow the data security policies. And the goal of this study is to create an automated system for evaluating and enforcing cookie notices. The main objective of this study is to create a system like an automated system using some machine learning algorithms that can assess and enforce cookies rather than a manual assessment. This solution attempts to improve efficiency, compliance with privacy laws, and process streamlining. The importance of automated approach is that as the use of cookies increases, it becomes difficult and time consuming to manually evaluate cookie notice compliance. So there are many users who use the internet every day on a daily basis, and they came across many websites. So it's really difficult to keep track of all the users' activity on the sites by doing the manual assessment. So therefore, we need an automated system that do it automatically without any manual intervention. So there comes a proposal of automated cookie notice analysis and enforcement. It's a scalable method for analyzing and enforcing cookie notices can be provided by an automated system. It saves time and money. So this is the main idea behind this approach. This is the overview of the cookies. So let's say here's the user, he's using a device, maybe it's a mobile phone or a laptop or a tab or anything. So he's accessing the internet, he is browsing the site. And what does the site do is it sends the cookies to his device that saves user session, like whatever he's doing on the internet or the site. Like if he's searching for something, he wants some information from the site, whatever the user do, the whole information can be saved in the cookies in the website, so that he can process the data and can give best solution or best recommendation for the user. So this is the overview of the cookies and how they work. And the methodology. When it comes to methodology, the training and testing plays an important role of the models. Create training and testing sets from the data set is the major part of it. Using the labeled data from the training set to train the machine learning models is very important. And also we need to, by using these methods like cross validation, the model parameters can be improved. And the model assessment. Used evaluation criteria such as accuracy, precision to assess the trained models, and feature extraction and communication with web browsers have been developed in the recent years. To find the most efficient model, different models' performance were compared. Let's say we have like 3, 4 models, and we need to compare those 4 models and see like which is the best one to use. So how we come to a decision is that we compare different scenarios. Like we take some test cases and we take some data and we run those test cases on the data using all these models, and we compare like which model is performing good and which model is working reliable and scalable. And therefore, we come to a decision for selecting one among all those models. And designing of a system. The automated systems architecture was created to assess and enforce cookie notices. So the system's main idea is to assess and enforce cookie notices. And the system has been given access to the trained machine learning model. So we have a great data and we have the test cases and we also have the models. The thing we need to do is we need to run those test cases on all those models and come to a final decision. Let's see like how automatic cookie scanning in action, how it works actually. Like it just scans the whole thing that user is doing on the site, and it keeps track of the user information and will give him a best possible solution for his problem. This is a simple example. And when it comes to data collection and pre-processing, what is data gathering is normally is a very, it is varied data set of websites with various cookie notifications was gathered. Let's say different users using the different machines over the internet, and they're trying to access different websites. So we need to do is we need to collect all the data from the websites and keep it aside, and gather information from many sources to guarantee its applicability and representativeness. And we need to make sure that our system works on the same exact way on all those models and all those data sets. So let's say, as we talk about the small example before, the TV, the purchase of TV by an user. So the user is using a user's device, his mobile phone. So he is trying to access the website, and the website is sending a cookie to his device so that the cookie can save all his user session, his searching activity, his everything related to the user, and it's going to work those on those data and run on the test on these data and will give him a best possible solution or recommendation in the form of advertisement or something like we talked before. And pre-processing. So we have the data now, we collected the data, and we need to do some processing on the data. So let's see how it works. Cleaning the data set by eliminating duplicates and extraneous data. So in order to maintain the data consistency, we need to eliminate all the duplicate data from the data set we have collected. So it's like a database. So in database, what we do is if we have any multiple data or duplicate data, we just eliminate it by normalizing it using first normal form, second normal form, or third normal form. What we do is we just remove the data anomalies and data inconsistency. Likewise, we do the same thing in here in the data pre-processing. To guarantee uniformity in format and organization, normalizing the data is really important. Using the proper strategies to deal with outliers and missing data. So if you are not confident enough to normalize the data, there might be chances of missing data. So the methods and approaches needs to be really clear and they should work properly. Uh, we can see a screen that showing logs for us, like whatever the user is doing on the first of the month and the end of the month, so that it have the logs from beginning of the month to the end of the month, the user activity, the session. It's going to save those logs and it's going to work on the data and it's going to recommend the user based on his searching activity. Uh, Machine learning algorithms. We figured out the best machine learning techniques for classifying and analyzing cookie notices. Considering the algorithms like support vector machines, random forest, or neural networks, depending on how well they perform and are appropriate for the task. So based on the task or the activity or the depending on their performance, we have to select one of these machine learning algorithms and implement them in our system. Design of automated system. The automated systems architecture was created to assess and enforce cookie notices. So the systems architecture need to be created in such a way that it can assess better and enforce the cookie notices in a reliable manner than rather than the manual assessment. The system has been given access to the trained machine learning model so that it can train all the data sets and run the test cases on each and every data set that it has gathered and gives the best possible solution to the user. And performance evaluation and results. So when it comes to performance, the automated system has a better performance rather than a manual assessment, and it has used a variety of websites with different cookie notifications to evaluate the effectiveness of the automated approach. So the same thing we do is like we collect the data from different sites. Since the users from different places of the world, they use the different websites using the different multiple languages. So that helps us to gather those data and to run and to process that data, and we can work on those data and using these multiple machine learning algorithms like we discussed before in the slide. So when compare the efficiency and accuracy of the systems, analysis and performance results to those of manual assessment are much better than before. Okay, some of the results of this proposed system include higher accuracy. In comparison to manual evaluations, the automated system performed with a high level of accuracy when it comes to assessing and classifying cookie notices. The classification and assessing of cookies is really important, and whereas the proposed automated system, it does a greater job and excellent job in doing that rather than compared to manual evaluations. So effective enforcement. The system effectively enforced cookie notices, guaranteeing the adherence to privacy laws and boosting user consent administration. So the system should comply with all the privacy laws and should not compromise the user's data in any possible way. So it should secure his data and his login information, his session from hackers and also from vulnerabilities and threats. So therefore, it gives a comfort, the users comfortable to use the interface and they trust it and they have more confidence while using the site. Real-time analysis. While people were browsing, cookie notices could be analyzed in real time to the interaction with the web browsers. Even though not when saving from beginning of the month to the ending of the month of the logs, but it can be done on real time, like on the live, like when the users are browsing the internet or sites, the cookie notices could be analyzed in this proposed system. So that's a major results of the system. And implications and applications. Efficiency and scalability. The system is more efficient and scales better across a wide range of websites, and it's to real-time analysis and enforcement of cookie alerts. For websites with large traffic volumes and various user bases, this effectiveness is essential. So since we know people from different parts of the world, they keep using the browsing the internet all over the day, so there might be large volumes of data that's been accessing the site. So we need to gather the data, process on it, and try to give the best version of the recommendation to the users. Positive user experience. Users enjoy more frictionless browsing to clear and explanatory cookie alerts. So when we make proper settings to the cookies, the user must feel comfortable and they should enjoy the interface and they should have a friendly user experience so that they can engage more and they can continue their activity more and more and they are confident about their data. Let's talk about the future work. The support for multiple languages. To accommodate international websites and a wide range of user bases, expanding the automated system's ability to assess the enforce cookie alerts in multiple languages is crucial. So we know that people from different parts of the world, like in China, they use their own language to browse the sites. So our system must be compatible with Chinese too. Or let's say if there is another country that uses their own language to access the sites or the internet, our system should be able to compatible with that too. So what we're talking about is like the system must be able to compatible with every single language and every user that's been using the internet to browse the websites. So investigating the incorporation of more complex consent methods such as granular consent choices to provide users more control over their data. So if we have a proper settings to the cookies and we make it reliable and scalable, the user, and if you follow all the privacy laws, the user may feel confident and he comfortable with the user using the cookies. Future work dynamic policy updates. We should create a system that will automatically revise the system rules and algorithms in response to changing privacy laws. Let's say the current system, as the technology grows and the privacy laws been changing, a system needs to be evolving to it. So let's say if we have a new privacy rules, the system should adopt to itself to the previous ones and to the future requirements as well. So such algorithms and such risk systems rules needs to be configured really properly in the cookies so that it have no problem at all in the future upgradation. Conducting privacy impact analysis and risk analysis for websites by incorporating the necessary components to find any potential privacy issues. We should have such a software, such a system that keeps track of users' information and keeps providing the security mechanisms for the user's privacy rules and the confidentiality of his data and his session, whatever he is browsing on the sites. Let's go to the conclusion. From this study, an automated system was made for analyzing and enforcing cookie notices. This entirely altered how sites process user authorization and safety enforcement. By using machine learning techniques and real-time monitoring, the system was much more accurate, scalable, and efficient than manual methods of evaluation. Since the system can be changed and used in different ways, there are opportunities for more research and development. So the technology keeps growing and the ways the privacy rules being changing, the system must be adaptable to that. So there must be more opportunities for future research and development. Fixing bugs while attending to user feedback can help the system grow and build a digital environment that cares more about users and their privacy. So if you have any problem, users, they face any problem with the cookies and the sites, they should give us a feedback to our system so that system can take the feedback and work on it so it can fix by itself on the next upgrade so that the user can't face the problem again. So that's how you take the feedback and work on it and process it and just fix the bugs in the next update so that the users feel much comfortable and confidential with the cookies and the sites. So in conclusion, the study is a big step toward making the internet a more secure and open place for everyone to use. The main and primary objective of the study is to make internet a better environment for everybody, a safe and a secure place for everybody to use and everyone to use. There are a few recommendations in here when it comes to the automated system, daily updates. So to maintain the software up to date and working, it needs to be updated often to keep up with changes in privacy rules and technology. As you said, like the technology keeps changing and the privacy rules changing, the system must be adapted to it. It must support the previous versions and as well as the future requirements too. So it has to be updated daily. And implementation of safety policy evaluation into the framework to make sure that cookies, notifications, and site confidentiality policies are uniform and encourage transparency. The accessibility requirements should be looked into to make sure that cookie alerts are available for every user, irrespective of their privileges. If they're authorized to use the internet or the site, they must be free to access all the sites without any issues or any problems. And also cross-domain study. It is really important to allow other people from different domains to study the current system so they can find any drawbacks or bugs, or they can fix, or they can provide any alternate solutions that can help users to have a better experience. So that way we can remove all the issues or challenges that been in the current proposed system. So I have included some of the few references that can help understanding more about cookies and their use. Some of them include like you can just see them in there are some IEEE papers and journals and all that. And I think that way we come to the end. And then also, Professor, I'd like to thank you again for giving me this opportunity. Thank you so much.